Well, thank you for coming back on my show, Sky. This is your second time.
Yes.
And
Yes. Thank you for having me.
you're very welcome. I know you're doing a lot of music and made some music on videos on YouTube, and your music's out on Spotify, all that stuff. So it's congratulations.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
what
Big
can you
things.
tell everybody who have not seen you earlier on my show before, but what can you tell folks of brief details about you?
Yeah. So what's up? My name is Sky High. I'm a rapper. I do all of the things. I act and I do lots of other things, but I do music. Been doing music for about 12, 13 years now. So a little while. And yeah, bigger and better every time, I think.
And so what's your upcoming music project?
So we're working on a project. I'm really excited. Next year, my goal for next year is really just drop, 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 drop. I want to drop a lot of music. So yeah, definitely projects coming, new singles dropping starting at the top of the year. So it's a lot of big stuff, lots of big stuff.
And are you going to be traveling out of state, other
Oh
places?
yes, for sure, for sure. Of course, South by Southwest is definitely on the list again this year. We're gonna try LA. We're gonna try definitely Atlanta. Gonna go to a couple different places. Might hit Florida. So yeah, I'm trying to go everywhere.
So do you already have concerts and set up, or do you just go there and just sing?
Yeah, so for a couple of them we do like South by Southwest. Of course, we have some opportunities lined up and things like that. Some of them are more so either we're going out there to network, meet with some people, things like that. And then of course I'm always down to get a show in. So if we can line some shows up, then I'm gonna do that too.
Awesome. And then of course, now your music is on Spotify. It's
Yes.
on Pandora, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And is it on Apple Music?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. It's pretty much all the streaming platforms. Any streaming platform you use, more than likely is on there.
awesome. And then for the more details is that everybody is wondering what got you into music, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I started music, like I said, about 12, 13 years ago. Originally I wanted to be a singer. I just thought I was blessed with this amazing voice and I was ready to share it. But I mean, I could do my little thing, but singing is not like my gift completely. So from there, I started writing a lot of poetry because I wrote songs all the time and I would write poetry. And then I ended up meeting a friend. She was really into music. And so we created a group where she sings and I raps, and it was really cool. And then I ended up meeting the guys from Nightmare Gang. And so we all kind of joined forces and had a big collaborative group. And yeah, that was kind of the start of everything.
That's amazing. Now, what have you noticed that was it's so far it's tough about this industry so far?
There are so many things that are tough. Oh my gosh, so many things. But I think maybe the one of the toughest things, but also like one of the really cool things is that there is no like manual, there's no book, there's no anything. It's literally, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to get there? And you kind of just, I mean, you really flying by the seat of your pants most of the time and just making things work and learning from the things that don't and, putting it all together at the end and seeing what you come up with. So that's one of the trickier things. But like I said, there's a plus side to it too, because there isn't really a right or a wrong way to do it. You really can kind of do what you want with it.
And I know a lot of people say it's kind of hard to get into the music industry because
Oh, for sure.
there's so many it's not competition, but there's a lot of singers out there.
Yes, yes, it's true. And especially depending on the market you're in. I'm in Oklahoma, so my market isn't as heavy as, Atlanta or LA or other places like that. So it can definitely be tricky. I mean, it really does come down to either how much money are you willing to spend or who do you know?
And are you hoping that the music that you're doing will bring the market up in Oklahoma for the next generation?
Oh yes, absolutely. That's one of my like end goals for this whole thing is I really do want to help just build that market here. really help build the unity here and just like, so that the next generation that's coming up under me, they have those resources, they have those people, they have those inspirations that can look at it and say, okay, they did it, I can do it. So, absolutely.
And so what is the one thing you notice the most challenging about Oklahoma industry?
I would say just the lack of resources. And we're growing, of course, and we're getting resources every day. And, there are a lot of really good people out here, which really helps. Of course, you got your snakes too, so you have to be careful. But I mean, the lack of resources, it can be very tricky. The good thing though is that we live in a social media age. And so it does matter where you're from, but it doesn't at the same time. You can still reach audiences. You can still use that to your advantage to get out there, but you can't. I I mean, the chances of in Atlanta or in LA, you could go out to a club and meet, you know, a famous producer or, someone from a label, something like that, just at a club, on a random Friday night. It's not gonna happen here in Oklahoma. That's not going to happen. But the chances of you meeting someone who enjoys doing music, who has a knack for it, you'll probably find a lot of people here because we have a lot of really good talent here.
Well, that's true. That is 100% true. Unfortunately, it's sad about Oklahoma industry that
Yeah,
you don't meet people, and I do example like, Justin Bieber got famous because of YouTube, and
right,
somebody found out.
right.
And
Yep,
so and that's the good thing about technology. That's how the social media you grow and that's how people
right.
find out about you. And I mean,
Exactly.
and that's the thing, and it's you're right. It's not good to be in a small industry, but it's also good to be in a small industry.
Yeah, like there's definitely the pros and the cons, and I think it's just, how much do you focus on one or the other?
Yeah, 100%. So you said next year you have a bunch of plans. Is
Yeah.
there anything else exciting? Like you're going to New Atlanta and LA. You forgot to mention, are you thinking about going to New York or San Francisco or
I would,
Seattle?
yeah. I mean, I'm like completely down for wherever we want to go. I'm here for all of it. We're still planning it out. So that's really like first and second quarter trips that we're planning that we know for sure. But who knows what third and fourth quarter hold. I'm down for, I would love to go to New York. I would love to definitely, I mean, California is so expansive. So, to hit all the little places in there and definitely gonna hit Dallas at some point, and yeah, just as many places as we can get to, I'm there.
Yes, I agree. Now, you're on your YouTube. You never
Hmm.
thought you'd get so many views on all your YouTube videos.
No.
And again, that your music is spreading. A lot of people know
Hmm.
about you. And
Yes.
did you did you ever thought when you were young until now, this age, did you ever thought your music, yourself and your music and your YouTube videos will go that many views?
I like whenever I think about even just how far I've come in general, the 13-year-old me who started this would lose her mind. Like, and it's really cool, like the growth and the amount of growth that I've been able to have even over just a year, 2 years. Like, it's insane. And so, no, I mean, of course, like when you're younger, you always think, no, I'm going to do it, I'm going to be that. But then to actually stand in those shoes and have that, it's different and it's amazing.
It is, and all your video music videos are absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You,
Thank
you're,
you.
you're very welcome. And how long did it take to do the recording and be on set? And you must have taken a lot of
Whew,
practice.
absolutely. So, like, how long do the videos take to shoot and everything?
Yes.
Whew. Well, I would say depending on the video. So, Rain was pretty much an all day shoot. We started maybe about 11 or so, somewhere in there, 10, 11, 12, and we didn't finish until I think 10 that night. We did have a break in there, but That was a long shoot. I think Make Me Sick, though, is the longest shoot that we've done. And that shoot was in total 13 hours. So we shot part one day and then we went back and shot the other part. That was insane. We were there till I think it was about 5 a.m. The sun was coming up when we left from being done with the shoot. And we
Wow.
wanted to get it all at night. So we had to wait for the sun to go down. So it was a sacrifice, but it was fun.
Did you ever thought it would take that long?
No, like I watched, especially like growing up and everything, I would watch a lot of behind the scenes videos of artists who had already made it, and like they would shoot like that, over days and things like that. So I can't say I never thought it would happen, but when it did happen, it definitely hit different. I was tired. I was like, y'all, I can't do it. But we made it, we did what we need to do, made it come through. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's good. Now, your music lyrics, sorry. Do you write the songs that come from you,
mhm.
or how what
Yeah, I
makes, and
know. I write
also,
everything.
and what my brain froze. What makes you write these words? Like, um what encouraged you to write the words and the lyrics, and how long does it take you to prepare the words to the songs?
So I write all of my music. It's all me. Anything you hear from me came from my brain. And it kind of just depends. Like a lot of my music, especially the music that I'm getting ready to put out over this next year, it's a lot more introspective. There are more introspective records. There are more just getting more personal, and like all of that is influenced by things that I'm going through. I'm really kind of looking forward to break that wall down. I think right now, like a lot of my music is a hype and everything, which is all cool. And that's all just based on energy, like whatever the beat, when I hear it, what I'm feeling, or maybe like, if I had a good night out or something like that, then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna write about it. Like, so all of that. But then for the deeper records, for the things, the songs like that, it's definitely the things that I'm going through and whatever I'm feeling at that moment. I really use music as a therapy in
Mhm.
that sense. So, yeah, that's kind of the influences behind it.
And also, of course, you find the music, the lyrics to it and everything,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
so how long does it usually take you to write the music, write the words?
It just really depends. Like, honestly, so for instance, I recorded that maybe 2 years ago. And I recorded the first verse 2 years ago and the chorus. That was already done. It was originally gonna have a feature, and then I couldn't decide on a feature. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a second verse. So, like in that instance, that song took technically 2 years to write. But when I'm really like feeling a song, if I'm feeling a beat, I could write it in as little as like 20, 30 minutes. There's been multiple songs I've
Hmm.
written within 10, 20, 30 minutes. And then there's some other songs that, it may take an hour, it may take longer, it may take a few days. Sometimes I have to come back to it, write a little bit more, stop, come back to it again. So it may take a week. It just kind of depends on like how I'm feeling. If I'm like in a really good writing mood, oh, I can knock out like songs back to back to back, like nothing.
And that's really cool. 'Cause I could never write music on my own, just saying. Um, a lot of people I know, and I know this is, we live in a country, what's going on with a lot of
Hmm.
people don't really understand hip hop and rap music.
For
And
sure.
how do you describe to people in America what it is really hip hop and rap music? Because a lot of people, when they hear it, they really don't understand, and
Yeah.
they want to know what is going on, and why is it rap hip hop music? So, what's your opinion?
Honestly, it's a culture. It was derived from, I mean, years and years of struggle and things that, us as a community were going through. And not only just the things we were going through, but also, happy times, good times, like, and I think that's really something that you a lot of people like have to understand about rap is there's no box for it and there's also no limit for it. So you could hear, it's kind of like pop. Like you could hear different songs about different things. You're gonna have your gangster rap, but then you're gonna have, more mainstream rap. You're gonna have more conscious rap, like,
Mhm.
and that's the really cool thing about it. And I think more than anything, understanding that it's a culture of people who have found a way to convey their feelings, through music and through a unique way in music. So I just think, we gotta open your minds a little bit more. And if you don't like one person, like don't give up on the whole genre because it's so expansive. There's so many different people and different artists to listen to and different sounds and genres, and every day there's somebody new. So definitely give it a chance. If you need recommendations, I got you. But definitely that's one of the main things to understand is just, it's a culture. It's truly, a big part of our culture as African
Mhm.
Americans. And it's a release. It's a release more than anything.
And that's good. That's good. You talked about it briefly. And of course, if we didn't have music, then we didn't know way
I
there's
mean, where
nothing.
would we be? Like, where
Right.
would we be without music?
100%. You got country, you got classic and
Yes.
acoustic and
All of
all
it
that stuff.
rock. I mean, and it's so influential. Like, I don't think we could ever not have music,
Hmm.
There'll never be a way for us to just not have music.
And so, since Oklahoma, has anybody ever noticed you in the streets that they're like, "Aren't you this guy who sings the music?" Or have anybody?
Yes. Yes. Like, especially more recently, for sure. Like, in the beginning, it was like a here and there. But now, for sure, like in the store, in the mall, or something like that. Yes, for sure. And it's really weird sometimes. Because I'm like, huh?
What do you mean is weird?
I guess like it is funny because I even say a line in one of my new songs was like trying to get used to people knowing me before we meet because it's just like, I think sometimes like of course I know who I am and I know what I do, but I think like when you're just living your life, you're just living your life. And so then when somebody's like, "Oh, Sky, what's up?" then it's kind of like, hold on. Like you just have to, I don't know. And of course, like I guess the bigger I get and stuff, I'll get more used to it. But it's a
Right.
cool feeling though, like just to know that people know me. There are people that I have no idea, never seen them before a day in my life, but they know me, they listen to my music. So it's really cool.
That's good. Pretty
It's
soon you
nice
have to
to
put
be that
sunglasses and
influential.
hat on so nobody recognizes
Right.
you in public.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's really cool that people are, recognizing you and it's kind of weird
Yes.
too.
Yes, it is. But it's a good feeling. Like it is because it lets me know like I'm being recognized. What I'm doing isn't just being overlooked. People are listening, people are paying attention. That's what's
Hmm.
most important.
So what is the in your life, what was the most memorable moment so far, growing up until now?
Oh man, that is so hard. Those memorable moments. Oh my gosh. Because there's so many. Hmm. I can't say it's the most memorable, but one of the most memorable moments, I think for me, honestly, was when I recorded Finito, because that was the first song that I put out after, well, I take that back. I did Drop Hands Up and I had Dope as Hell. I had those two out, but Finito was the first song when I like really was getting back into my bag. And it was the first song that like I was like, okay, I'm gonna, it's go big or go home. So I made sure we had the big video. I made sure, when I got on, shout out to Lotto because he's who, got me the beat and everything like that. And we put it together. So like I just knew like I'm not holding back anymore.
Hmm.
Lyrics are gonna be there, video's gonna be there, like everything. I'm gonna do this exactly the way I want to. Because I think for a long time, and I know it's like a lot of people have this, but it's like sometimes we just think when I get to this point, then I'll do this. And I stop telling myself when I get famous, I'm going to do big videos. when I get famous, I'll start being more lyrical, or I'll start, creating music like
Hmm.
this. And I just start saying, no, I'm going to do it now. Like, why can't I do it now? So that was really the track that I just stopped holding back on. And I just allowed myself to be and do what I wanted to do. And I think honestly, that's a part of the reason why I did so great, is just because it was me finally just being me, period. And so that'll always be memorable, because the way the streams went up and just everything, it was crazy. I think, if it's not my most streamed song, it's definitely one of my most streamed songs to this day.
Well, that's amazing. That's awesome. You know, so a lot of people are wondering, probably people who don't know you, except your
Yes.
family, what do you do on your free time when they're not singing, they're not doing your music videos? What do you do?
Thinking about more music stuff. Like, oh gosh. No, I mean, music does, like, that's how, like, I know it's a passion. Like, it's something that I actively want to do, because all day long when I wake up, I'm thinking about music and I'm thinking about what I could do. When I'm going to sleep, I'm typing up little notes in my phone. So in the morning, I can go research this topic, or I can, put this into a song because I came up with another lyric, or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. So always my brain like stays on music, but it's just, I just want it that bad. But outside of that, definitely like hanging with my family, my girlfriend, my dogs. Got a new dog recently, so typically chasing after him and working on the training. But yeah, and then outside of that, just hanging out, living life. I keep it pretty low key.
What kind of dog did you get?
Got a dachshund.
Oh,
He's a long
wow.
haired dachshund. Yeah. So he's cute, but he has all the energy. He's a puppy. So
Yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna say. They have a lot of energy, right? It's,
yes,
ooh, it's too
all
much.
of the energy, all of the
Um,
energy.
so wh- I know last time I had you, I asked you this question, but where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. I mean, touring, awards, all of the things, charts. Like, I really do feel like I'm stepping into my prime. Like, just the growth that I've had from, when I started to even putting out Finito, and then Finito to now. Every time I do something, it's getting bigger, it's getting better. Quality is getting better. Everything is just coming together. And the music that I have for next year is just crazy dope. And so I just, yeah, like, I really do think the next 5 years is just going to be me truly stepping into that full embodiment of Sky, and
Mhm.
really just taking it as far as it can go.
And do you see yourself moving to Atlanta maybe or Los Angeles or anywhere?
Possibly. I'm not opposed to it, especially because, opportunities, and you got to be where the opportunities are. So, not opposed to it.
I know, of course, Atlanta. That Tyler Perry's over there. You got your own.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much opportunity. I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta. That's why I'm excited to go back soon. I'm thinking January. But I'm excited to go back. I'll probably do a couple trips next year, but
And
yes.
you go there a lot?
Here and there, here and there, but I'm looking forward to going more. My manager's out there now, so I'm looking forward to going more in 2024, and really just building some more relationships out there, really getting into that scene. And maybe Tyler Perry will be walking down the street and I'll just pop out in a little monologue for him, and he'll just cast me in his next thing. I don't know.
Yeah, the Medea movie.
Yeah,
I love Atlanta, Georgia. It's amazing. I love LA
it
more, but I
is.
can't. But
I haven't been to LA yet. That's why I'm excited for this year, because this will be my first time going to LA.
I've been to LA 5 times.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, I'm jealous. Yeah, I've heard such
Amazing.
great
You
things.
will not regret it. It's
Yeah,
warm. It's 20 degrees where but it's warm when you get there. Yeah,
yeah.
it's amazing. It's
I can't wait.
yeah, it's wonderful. Um, you know, and by the way, a lot of singers are there too, and it's
Oh
just
yeah, yeah, yeah. Opportunity everywhere.
yes, that's what I love about the East Coast and the West Coast, it's
Hmm.
the opportunities. So my important question for you is like a lot of people are wondering. It's like making these music, making these videos, and all this stuff. Where do you come to these ideas of, who did you look up? I mean, idea was who did you look up to when you were young to say, I want to
Yes.
be like that person?
So many people, like so many people. Like I think if I tried to compare myself to somebody, like I'd have to say an array of people because it's not one specific person. But when I was younger, like I was really so my parents, they brought me up on like Lauryn Hill, you know, Floetry, like people like that. And then of course, as I got older, I started to hear a little bit more. So Salt and Pepper and Queen Latifah, and list goes on and on. And then as I got into like elementary school, middle school, that's when I started hearing about, okay, who is Missy Elliott? Okay, Busta Rhymes, okay, Lil Wayne, okay, and so I really started to take all that in. And so they all really became inspirations, like with videos like Missy Elliott. I mean, you know what I mean? She was always pushing the
Whitney
bar,
Houston.
always. Yeah, like, and that's the thing is like there was so much inspiration for me growing up. And my parents don't like only listen to hip hop or only listen to R&B, so I listen to everything. Even to this day, like I have every genre of music on my phone, like every single genre.
Even country?
Even country, I love country.
Wow. So since you mentioned that, do you see yourself potentially maybe singing a country song?
Oh, for sure. I'm down for a country collab. I'm down for any kind of collab. Any of it, I don't care. I'm down. I'm down. Hoping for an EDM collab next year. I'm talking to somebody. I'm not gonna say too much because it's still we're getting it all worked out. But
Right, I
like,
understand.
I'm really looking to break into some other genres. I'm really looking forward because like I write music for like every genre. Like, and there's a lot of songs that when I write, it's like, oh, I could sell this song. Especially if it's like a rock record or something like that. That's not necessarily my lane, but oh yeah, I'm ready to start breaking into other genres and really just pushing that envelope on what I can do.
I can't wait to hear about the
Yeah.
indie film music. Um, how does your family feel when your videos on YouTube or and you have all your music on platform? How does your family, your
Yes.
relative feel that you're like, oh my daughter or my granddaughter's like, wait, what? What? How does it?
Yes, no, they're so proud. Like, I'm so grateful for them because they really do they support me. Like when I was saying the Make Me Sick video shoot, like they're at the video shoots, they're the ones that are helping me put sets together and do things and whatever I need, they're there. So they're like so proud, like, and it's the best feeling ever because yeah, like they're a big part of the reason why I do all of this. So yeah, it's great. I think I think it almost blows their minds as much as it blows mine sometimes when things happen. It's just like I can call them like, oh my God, like I just got nominated for a third award or for a third year in a row for the Yo ATL Raps Awards. And it's like stuff like that where it's just like they're just as excited as I am. So it's
I was going to
great.
mention that, but congratulations. You already met.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was my next question. I was going to mention the award, but you already beat me to that. So,
My bad.
yeah, it's okay. No, you're good. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
I'm
did you
super
know,
excited.
were you shocked that you were going to get it? That you didn't even think about it?
I mean, of course, like a little bit, just because like I'm not from Atlanta. So I think even like the first year when I was nominated, it was just like a crazy feeling because I was like, wow, like people are paying attention. So then to get a second year, I was like, so then a third year is just like just truly grateful, like
Were you
grateful and
crying and bawling
humbled.
and
Yes, like I was so, oh my gosh, because I mean, who knew, And to have a fan base like that in a completely different place, enough to get nominated for an award 3 years in a row, like that's a big deal.
you
Especially coming from Oklahoma,
yes, Oklahoma sucks. Sorry. But
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Not too
uh,
many artists can say that. So,
right. The thing about it, sorry, I shouldn't say Oklahoma sucks, folks, but it is.
You're good. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We just a little behind is all.
Yes, it is. I mean,
Yeah.
a little bit, a little bit.
Just a little, just a
But I heard about the new the Thunder Arena, so it's getting there.
little.
But
Yeah.
you know, for you to win that award, you're nominated three times again, and
Hmm.
your music career is kicking off. I remember the first time I had you on my show, you there was no nomination. You
No.
were starting your career into music, and
Yeah.
when I had your video out there, a lot of people reached out to me. They're like, who
Oh, so
is
dope.
Sky? And when is she coming back on your show? And I said, well, let me
Yes.
figure this out. And because a lot of my actors and actresses and directors and producers who come on my show, like I tell you and I tell everybody, the show is not about me. It's about you guys
For
on my
sure.
show. And that's the thing. And that's what makes my show going. And a lot of people who watch my show and everybody who's been on my show and who are following me, and they were like, "Who is this guy? Who is this person? Why we don't hear much about you?" And now your music
Yes.
is coming out, and people are like, "Okay, now we need to have
Yeah.
Sky back on your show." And then I said, "I'll do my best," and here you are. So,
Yes, we're here. I told you, anytime, let me know and I'm here. Like you've been supporting me from the very beginning, like you said. So I'm always have time.
well, yeah, I've been supporting you from the very beginning.
Yes,
I know it's been 4 years since I had him out on my show last time.
yes, which
Maybe
is crazy to think about. Like, man, so many
three
things
years,
happen.
maybe three
Yeah,
years.
I think about three. Yeah.
So
Just,
my next question is, as aware. The pandemic happened, 2020.
mhm,
Everybody from actors, from actresses, producers, and directors, writers, and of course you had the writer's strike and
mhm,
all that stuff. And let's first talk about the pandemic. The pandemic, how did you handle it? What was going on in your brain? You couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't make music
mhm.
videos. You couldn't travel. There was restrictions, the mask, and all this stuff, the world shut down. And I know a lot of actors are like, oh no, what are we doing?
Yeah,
How we're gonna make TV shows, how we're gonna make new YouTube videos, how we're gonna make, movies and everything was on pause. So for
yeah.
you as a singer, what was going through your mind during that?
It was such a crazy time. Like, and I think it was so, well, of course, it was unexpected. Like I had so many plans for that year, and then just like in a week, it went from I'm planning this, to drop this song on this day, and I'm planning a video, and then boom, it's just done. And it was really like, I took that time to myself to kind of revamp and figure out who I wanted to be. It was very scary though. I mean, because like we didn't know, for all we knew, the world was ending. Like it would never be the same. Like I couldn't imagine how it would be the same. So it was definitely like it was, yeah, it was scary. But I think I just really took that time to, perfect my craft. I had a lot of music that I wanted to put out that then I didn't put out for reasons, mainly because couldn't shoot a video, couldn't, and then like even then like performances, there weren't any performances going on. So how do I promote this project if I do put it out? And there was a lot of things that COVID definitely made a lot of things trickier, but on the flip side of that, it also made me start paying a lot more attention to social media. And so, TikTok and things like that, where it was like, okay, so shifting gears. And so I kind of used that time to learn that side of things while there wasn't as much of the pressure of, putting music out as consistently or things like that. I just kind of used that time to really cultivate and, just get grounded in that so then when everything did, open back up and the world was okay again, then I could hit the ground running. But that was insane. I mean, yeah, like there was so many projects and things. There was, movies, things that I wanted to do that I was in talks with that just got canceled. I mean, so many things. And I mean, are done now. You know what I mean? Like the
Hmm.
time kind of came and went, and so never got picked back up and things. So like it sucks, but you
In
know.
my next follow question was in your mind, did
Hmm.
you ever thought that maybe, you know, I should not make music anymore? Because I know a lot of the reason I'm saying this is because I know a lot of actors and directors and producers from A-list to not A-list. Their brain was
Hmm.
like, oh no, maybe I don't know what to do in my life. I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't, you know. And for you in your mindset in that moment, uh, did you ever thought about that for maybe 1 second or 1 week? What was, did you ever think about that before you found out there was social media and all that?
I mean, I didn't. And only because so at that time I was really coming out of my own like thing. So I did my project Sky Season in 2017. And then I didn't release any more music for a while. And a part of that was just because I was in a group and then I stopped being in a group. So I was like trying to figure out who I was. I was like learning and,
Hmm.
writing music and then trashing it and then writing and trashing. And then I write it and I record it and then I still trash it. And so I was really like figuring that whole thing out. And then when COVID hit, it was just kind of like, whoa, okay. And that was kind of like another shift for me, I think. So I never necessarily thought about quitting. It just kind of started making me think about how to approach it differently and what I can do to ensure that if for whatever reason this is permanent, as far as the pandemic, how can I, or if it's long term, how can I still do what I want to do what I love, but, from basically social media, because that's all we really had at
Right.
the time. So I never really thought about quitting, but I definitely had to rethink my whole strategy and, what I was going for and what I was doing for sure.
Wow. And then of course 2021 the things start slowly opening and
Yes.
everything kind of, your music career starts from there. And so were you nervous when things slowly started unrestricting? Were you nervous for the staff, for yourself and your own family
Oh
going out
yeah.
in public?
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially because, it was new. We didn't really know too much about what was going on. And so there was definitely that hesitation at first of like, okay, do I want to go? Do I want to, But at the same time, I was doing shows in 2021 and things like that. So it was mainly just like making sure that I was being safe, of course, wearing the masks, hand sanitizer stays on me, even, to this day. I keep a bottle of sanitizer all the time, like just all of those things. And, just yeah, I mean, it sucked and it was definitely scary, but I think I just made sure that I was as prepared as I could be. And I was definitely safe. Like if I felt any kind of anything, nope, COVID test. Let me see what's going on. Because nobody has time for that. And I have a brother who he's asthmatic and things. So it was definitely important for me to not, bring that to them.
Right.
So
And I totally understand when you
yeah,
have a family member that could, potentially have illness problems due to COVID, you want to be extra,
exactly.
you know. Again, so, welcome, congratulations,
Thank
award
you.
the
Thank
reward.
you.
I see you singing on stage or YouTube videos and all this
Hmm.
stuff, and I appreciate you coming on my show.
Yes, no, thank you for having me. Like seriously, and thank you for continuing to support me over all of these years. Like, I mean, like we said, like you've been watching me from the very beginning of the whole come up. So it
Yes, I
means a
have.
lot.
I found you first and then you're again.
Yes,
So I can't wait to have you back on my show, Sky, and I
absolutely.
can't wait for you to talk about your next music video, and
Yeah.
I see so much potential in you,
Thank
and
you.
I
Thank
really,
you.
really do, and like I
That
tell
means a
everybody,
lot.
the show's not about me, it's about you guys. All the guests are kind of on my show.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. It means a lot for real. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome. And I look forward to having you back. Thank you again.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Just let me know when. I'm here.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.